Hello guys, I know the time is running out. We currently have 0 out of 2 players that are meant to be here online, so I was gonna leave the intro screen on for an extra moment or two, just because I'm gonna try and figure out where people are at, and where they are gonna be, and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully we get going soon, but right now we're missing pretty much everybody. So pain. Alright, hopefully people will get online soon. We'll get going. So I guess BRB. Alright guys, well, we've got one player here. The other player is completely offline and doesn't look as though they're going to show up, to be honest. So, always good to get back to the way things usually are, which players just don't show up to events. I just don't get it. Like, They ask you if you want to play, you say yes. I say, do you have any days you can play? And they say, I can play any day. In fact, this day is good for me. And then, guess what? They just don't care. They just don't show up. So yeah, we are missing a player, and it does not seem as though they're going to be showing up right now, but we'll wait and see if that changes. Like I say, we'll give it a couple minutes. And then we'll go. So, I mean, this might get cut down to just being 3 best of 3s today, guys, because, yeah. We'll see, though. We'll give it a couple moments and figure it out. Give it a couple moments. Like I say, 2-3 minutes, and then we'll, switch the match order up completely. Yeah, thank you so much, Matt in the crown. One more for 50, baby. Feels amazing. Hell yeah. Thank you so much for the 49-month resub. Stacking up those numbers. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let me just reset my goals on the stream as well. I'll do that quickly. And then, yeah, we'll give it 2 more minutes. And then we'll switch the order up completely. And, I mean, we might just have a 3-player group if our opponent doesn't show. So, we will see what happens next moment or two. Absolutely no sign of them. Alright. Let's go into, Alright. Yeah, we're just, I mean, they're just missing completely. Alright, let's go into MaxPax vs. Spirit then, guys. So we're going to kick this off in a couple of moments, get some PVT on the way, and get this on the roll. Thank you for a little bit of patience. Like I said, just obviously missing a player early. Alright, so yeah, we're going to change up what we're doing. So like I said, yeah, we'll start with MaxPax vs. Spirit, guys. Ay. Alright. Kind of making progress. Oh. You've been away from the STU community for 3 to 4 months. Any news about ESL in the future? Nope. We are waiting to hear from basically ESL and whatever they decide to do along with most likely eSports World Cup. Right now, we know nothing. But I was saying this the other day where no news is probably good news, because if they knew it wasn't going to happen, they would just come out and say, look, this isn't happening this year. Whereas them not saying anything is more suggestive of the fact that, you know, they're still making something happen. It's just taking time to get set up, etc. Also, I would expect, that's my take on it. That's not a guarantee, but that's how I would personally kind of look at things right now. Now my other player's AFK. Lovely. Incredible. Is it going well? No. Day is going well. You know, I was coming into the day, I was like, hey, maybe we can have a nice quick stream. You know, not necessarily quick, like super quick, but like, you know, let's maybe have a bit of a, you know, not one that goes on for like 6 hours and I have to do a sponsor after. You know, I've been streaming every day for like the past, in a while now. You know, I've got a day or two off the next couple of days. I'm looking forward to it. I'm like, maybe the day will just be nice and chill getting into that. And apparently, not the case. Yeah, we've been live like 16 days in a row, 17 days in a row. No, that's not crazy for past Wardy, but more recently, the 17 days in a row is a little bonkers. That's very cool. As sit and try to figure out what, I mean, like I said, I'm messaging with the players now. Amazing. This is all gone wrong. I love it. Alright guys, I'm gonna throw to a break screen because I don't have much to chat about. I'm trying to figure out where players are. Apparently just no one's here, so we'll be right back. I'll try and sort this out. I return with great news, which is that we have got one of our matches at least getting back on track. And we're going to go MaxPax Spirit here in just a few moments' time. This should be ready to go in a couple. We are getting some vetoes done. We should be able to get going. Can't believe it's been 4 years and I got down during COVID, decided I need to support Wardy. Damn time flies. The last few years have been crazy, man. Nora, Crimson Court, Dynasty, Amphion. We start off on Ghost River. Perfect. So we're going to get underway. I say perfect, we're 20 minutes late, but such is life, guys. Again, we had one player not show up, so we've swapped the order. And it might just be that we only do 3 matches today because that is currently the way that things are going. That's currently the way that things might just head, so that might just be how we go. As we're going to get into MaxPax Spirit here in a few moments. We'll likely go MaxPax Zoun and Zoun Spirit straight after this. So yeah. Alright, so we are going to be going into Ghost River. We're going to kick this off and head into game number 1 of this best of 3. As we kick this off, we get this going. You can sub Rex. Honestly, I kind of want to be finished. I don't want to cut the stream short necessarily, but like I want to be finished kind of on time today. And the fact that we just wasted 20 minutes already, I'm kind of just gonna let it be a 3-player group. A lot of days I'd be down for it. Today I'm just not feeling the replacing and stuff. Appreciate the offer though, as we do have in the top right a Red Protoss player. This is going to be MaxPax, and he takes on the Blue Terran in the top left, Spirit, as we kick this off, get this underway, and we look to see what's going to happen. So, only going to have a few matches perhaps, guys. I mean, we'll see when Wayne shows up, I guess. Let's see, Gateway coming into position, just going to move about. We're moving about, going to get scouting as we get ourselves underway and excited for some TVP action. How's you guys? How you guys doing? How you guys feeling? Sorry for the delays again. Obviously, I think at this point you guys probably realize it's Wayne that's missing. Unfortunately, this is the second event in a row of ours where he's just not shown up or has cancelled on us last second. Last time he told us he couldn't play about 20 minutes before the event started, so yeah, it's not been his greatest. It's not been the greatest times out of rain the last little bit, but that's all good. We'll just have a chill day, like I said. I'm not trying to get too stressed out about it. I got a little bit stressed out when I was trying to get my replacements ready, but we're good. We'll just see how it goes. It is what it is, and we'll make of it what we can. Gonna be having the Zealot coming about for a couple of moments. Just gonna get set up here. Let's just have our Nexus continuing through. Just gonna be seeing our factory coming up. The refinery is on the way in as well, so bringing all of that about as we get started in the first few moments. See our Stalker coming up on the gateway. Again, the Warp Gate coming through. The Nexus is building. As L continues to the upper left here from MaxPax. So we're going to move into and sit on the natural for a couple of moments. Stalker continues across. A warp gate still coming in. Stalker will continue towards the front. The couple of Marines will be on the way up. We do have our command center building in as well. Twilight Council, gates, warp gates continue to come by. A few Marines will step forward as well. And Marines and the Hellion coming up. Just going to have those Stalkers still stepping forward. MaxPax loves to apply the early game pressure and is going to look to do that right now. As we have our orbital command going to lift off. The Marines and the Hellion will try and fight. Two Stalkers still whacking away. And again, the Cyclone and the Marine continue to push those Stalkers out of there, so they are just going to get chased away for the moment. Racing on medevac and load. A couple Marines, the Cyclone, another Marine coming up as well. Continue to get this on the go. Marines and the Cyclone are going to be dropping off. A few Stalkers are going to be there as well. Just going to be there to push that medevac away and around. So again, trying to find some damage in those early moments. Having ourselves the bunker coming up at the front as well. Prism on the way. Blink continues to come about. And we get ourselves fully set up for the moment here in this game. Number 1. Spirit unable to get too much aggression done. No Stalkers warping in, just gonna have that Observer coming out. It's gonna be seeing the Stim and Marauder coming in. Stalkers step up, Medevac gonna take some damage. Medevac goes down immediately, the few SCVs pull forward as well. Reactor coming up, Marine Marauder coming in, Stim Pack and +1 continues to come about as well. And our Stalkers moving about, Prism going to chill there, the Raven continuing through. You have the Stalkers jumping up to the high ground. I see the Tech Lab going on the side, and that is MaxPax already applying some good pressure. Stalkers gather up again, the Prism continues over. We are going to see our +1 and our Siege Tank and a couple Medevac still on the way through. We actually get rid of another add-on here, so MaxPax is already dealing some pretty serious damage so far. Little scan, just going to knock the Observer down. We will have our Stim Pack +1 continuing about. A few Marines, a couple of Barracks continue to come up as well. Charges on the way from MaxPax. If you get that going again, these few Stalkers are going to sit around the front. Think about the idea of pressing forward a little bit. The charge continues through. Stim Pack combat +1. All of that continues to produce for the moment. Just going to see our Stalkers still moving about. As the other Stalkers coming across as well, so we continue to get settled in. And if that going to boost forwards toward natural, not going to commit just yet. More Stalkers on the top. Might try and catch that Medevac actually. Try and stop that from getting away here. If possible, that would be great. And for the moment, Medevac just going to be left there. Yeah, chilling for a couple of moments. The Stalkers coming over as well. Just going to be seeing our Medivac boosting back of the Cyclone and the Prism. Going to take a few shots as we do have the missile turret there, but it actually gets in alive. So we'll be able to go try and get a little bit more done at the moment as we have ourselves the Bioforce. Going to try and fight. Just going to be seeing the rest of the Bio moving about. Stalkers continuing up as well. Will start to go down. Just going to have our Bio and our tank continue together also. Medivac up on the top. We're going to be hanging around too. Okay, Marine Marauder coming up. +1 armor on the way in. Bio going to grab a Stalker. This Bio just going to come over here, just going to go and push the Stalkers back once again. So Spirit on a big push, but I mean, MaxPax has so much to work with at the moment. We'll see, the Stalkers do decide to go across the other side of the map. Now they're going to recall home. Mortal, okay, he's just going to leave a few Zealots over there to continue fighting. Force Field to try and help units stay in reach. Colossus on the way. Upgrades currently even. +1 armor will finish soon for the Terran, but not just yet. It'd be nice to get a few Zealots down the ramp from the bottom side and maybe just get on top of the siege tanks quickly so we can knock 1 or 2 of those down at the start of the fight. That first one, the most exposed to the south, is absolutely going to die very quickly, so I think that's already looking pretty nice as we are going to see the Zealots charging forward. Storm's going to get here, siege tank is going to go down, Colossus gets nailed, and it looks as though MaxPax is going to be looking pretty good as we continue this defense. I think he is fine. I say that, I mean, his army supply is actually struggling a little bit, but Spirit has not been able to reinforce. Let's do attack coming up. The Colossus on the way. Again, just going to have a few Zealots continue up as well. The Sentry also on the way up and about right now, so we get all of that coming by at the moment. We've seen this Colossus still get jumped on. We've seen a few more shots coming about. Damage being done. The Colossus, Stalkers, and Zealots all continue to come around here. Having ourselves this little bit of a jump on this as we just have ourselves back into this mineral line. A few SCVs going down immediately. 8 SCVs going down so far. Just got MaxPax a little bit ahead in supply. His army supply definitely starting to look a little bit better as well. And he's obviously got a massive worker lead at this point too. So this is definitely looking as though we are going to have Spirit in trouble here for this very first game of the day. Fuel goes down, the rest of the Bio on the Ghost comes chasing. Zealot still taking some damage. Gonna step up, just gonna be seeing the rest of the Bio turning around as well. Zealots will step up, Bio gonna step back. We're gonna see the +2 attack coming in and extended thermal lance coming through. Bio again there, just gonna hit the Stalkers for a little bit. EMP there. Ghost going to go down. Cyclone as well, also going to get grabbed. Rest of the Bio still coming across, hitting these few Zealots again. Another Bio units coming over as well. Now the Zealots going to continue to take some whacks. Just going to have ourselves a +3 attack, +1 armor, extended thermal lens, and the Disruptor. All continue to come up. Dark Shrine is about to finish as our Zealots go morphing into the main base. As 10 Zealots start warping in. A few SCVs going to get jumped on. The Bio steps up, got those Zealots already going down. Again, some of that damage being done is just going to have the Viking there is able to push the Prism back. And again, the rest of these Zealots going to get jumped on as well, so we continue to eat through those. Again, we scan up one more time. Another Widow Mine setting up. The Vikings step forward. So that's just going to charge into this for a moment. Nice disruptor shot onto the ramp actually delivers. Do have the Vikings continue to give chase. It's going to be a Colossus going down, and now the The next Colossus is getting chased as well, so Colossus are in trouble here. As MaxPax's army is taking a little bit of a beating, retreating back home. Spirit is still on just a super low work count. MaxPax does not really need to be out on the map or anything along those lines. He just needs to sit home and make sure he can defend. The disruptors will help a lot with that, and that first disruptor shot definitely does put you in the right direction. As again, our Shadow Stride, +3 attack, all continuing up. Zealots coming through, a couple of Widow Mines going to go off. Big hits on the Zealots with those Widow Mines. The Vikings try and get into the natural. Very slow to land and actually not going to start doing a lot of damage at all. With the battery there, I don't think they're going to claim much of anything. As Spirit going to lose those Vikings. Now the Zealot Stalker is starting to push back this Bio Army, which is hurting as well. Sitting in the orange and yellow health bars. It's just not that healthy at all. Medivacs are completely out of energy, which means that MaxPax can continue to trade and continue to look great in doing so. And this is going to be MaxPax taking game number 1 of this best of 3, as Spirit can't quite get it done. MaxPax gets the 1-0 lead. So MaxPax opens up 1-0, as we're going to jump into a game 2 here in just a couple of moments. So we'll get that underway and see what will happen. For our second game, it is MaxPax's map pick. Site Delta. Get that started. I'll take this away. Ghost River into Site Delta. Spirit definitely good enough to compete with MaxPax, but still struggling to sometimes put the finishing touches on these games. So, that all said, let's see what happens as we're ready and go get cold. Alright, so Site Delta coming through. Get this set up. Ready to roll. Kick off into game number 2 of this best of 3. We're going to be starting off with the Red Protoss, who is up a game already in the bottom right corner of the map. This is MaxPax. Up against the Blue Terran in the top left corner of the map. This is going to be Na'Vi's Spirit. Fun group, honestly, these two, plus Zoun. I think makes actually a very entertaining kind of selection of matches. A bit of a shame, like I say, we might only have the 3 best of 3s, but such is life. Yesterday's games were great, by the way. If you missed yesterday's group, it was amazing. So many 20-plus minute games. It was a long, drawn-out day, full of StarCraft. It was really awesome. Have ourselves the gateway coming down the front, the assimilator still coming up as well, so we get that all on the go currently. Probe gets into the main base, going to come nibble up at an SCV. Another SCV comes across in response, and we're going to have a little bit of feistiness going on over there, so a little bit of damage being dealt, a little bit of trading being done. Center coming in, factory coming up, just going to have ourselves the Cybercore and the assimilator coming through from MaxPax as well, so bringing all of that in, and have ourselves the gateway chilling on that left hand side. Going to boost in on that Stalker. As our Nexus is about to finish up, the Stalker and the Warp Gate will be continuing through. That Zealot moves up into the natural and potentially toward the main. That Stalker just going to pick their way through the depots here. Obviously, we start to poke our way in, so just going to get ourselves towards the main. Again, a couple more shots coming out. The Zealot and the Stalker still hitting. The SCV is taking some shots as well. Marine has to take a step back too. To have the Zealot still whacking away for the moment. Like I'm gonna fight off those stalkers that's out there. Honestly, would love to be doing some of the tanking, but it's just not really doing much of that just yet. Getting a couple of Marines and the Cyclone all on the way out. We get that on the way through. It's kind of wild. These Stalkers and Zods going to come back over. Stalker's actually going to try and fight up here. They're just going to power through. If they get both Cyclones, there's only going to be a few Marines left. You can get rid of those Marines with only three Stalkers left. I mean, they can continue to deal some damage here, and that's exactly what MaxPax will look for as he continues through. Let's see if he's run away. He's going to go down. Okay, this is bad for Spirit. Obviously, that proxy gateway from MaxPax allowed him to have a few more units. Marauder's going to pop. It's going to pop straight into all of these units, so it's not going to last very long. We're going to continue chasing Marines. We do get two of our Stalkers a little stuck in the SCVs there, but we can kind of fight our way out. Next warp in should be coming soon from MaxPax, who will go for a couple more Marine kills. Another Cyclone about to pop. I actually don't know if we can really deal with another Cyclone. Do we have enough damage output before the Stalkers go down? It seems like no, as MaxPax has just now gotten a Prism. He is actually going to... Okay, he's going to get the Cyclone. So I was just going to say GG. This one's going to end just like that, and MaxPax will take the 2-0. Start off the day. MaxPax takes a 2-0, as we are going to be heading on over to the NA server. We're going to get ready for MaxPax versus Zoun. Alright, let's hop on over to NA. Simia, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. That's coming in after your own 62-month resub. The gifted subs going to Duck Temple, Alaska Winter, Johnny Tomato, Hi Mars, SC2, and Sailmoon 1206. Thank you so much as we get ready for MaxPax and Zoun. Get this ready to go, and we'll kick this off. Yeah, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs, mate. The road towards 1,000 subs is very much so kind of real and alive. 859. It's crazy. If you're enjoying the stream, do consider subscribing. I'm not going to sell out super hard today because I don't feel like today's going to be a super good stream, but that's okay. So Alcyone, Amphi, and Oceanborn gonna get vetoed here, gonna get straight into this PvP. Zoun making a return. This looked pretty good already so far. When we've seen him play a few matches here and there, so we'll see what he can do against MaxPax, one of the best PvPers out there. Might be a bit of a challenge. Let's see. Happens. Side Delta just getting vetoed out as well, so another of the maps getting taken away now. Who's the 4th player, Group D? Great question. Who would you like the 4th player to be, Legoland? I need to invite someone. I don't know who. I invited Dark, he didn't reply, so I presume he can't play. I invited Classic, he can't play. And everyone else I invited accepted. Lambo? I'd invite Lambo. I don't know how into playing tournaments Lambo is. Lambo is not usually one of the tournament guys, you know. Sue. I was kind of thinking Sue when he played our event the other day. Not sure if he's also looking to necessarily play things. Chachi. Helen, stop trying to make Chachi a thing. Chachi is not a thing. You got this? Invite Ellie? Ellie's always invited, she just doesn't always show up. As we hop into game number 1 of this best of 3 PvP, Zoun and MaxPax going in. Is Wayne out or what? He's just a no-show. He's been disqualified. I mean, he's 45 minutes late. He's meant to play the first 3 matches. Like, it's just a DQ. Young Yakov's been playing well recently. Yeah, my trouble is that the group is freaking stacked, and while I'd love to invite someone like Yakov, I feel like I'd be inviting him to come in and get murdered. I know Yakov's playing well. I just don't know if that's like the group for him. Yeah, I don't know who to invite. I might invite just a creator or somebody. Or Skillus, for example, maybe. I don't know. There's some good players that could put a good challenge into that group. Pig. Pig would not just get murdered in that group, he would get murdered twice over. And there'd be probably no Pig left, quite frankly, by the end of it. MaxPax going to 20-0 down. Wow. And it's best of 3. I don't think we're legally allowed to let it continue after the 2-0, guys. Pig wouldn't install. No, Pig wouldn't uninstall. StarCraft 2 would just delete itself off his computer. As he goes 0-6, the SC2's just like logs him out, uninstalls, GG. Need a casters tournament. Casters tournament's not that fun though. You have like 3 casters who are very fun to play against each other, and then the rest of the casters just completely die to the good casters. That's always been the problem with the casters tournament, is the format. Because it's like, because there's like seeding in play, all the casters basically, you know, the group stages are always a case of, because there's such a skill disparity, the group stage is almost always a case of, hey, look, it's a group stage, and I'm playing against someone that's 1,500 MMR above me, and then 1,000 MMR above me. Wow, that was a great tournament. That was fun. The best way to do a casters tournament is if you actually made it like the top 4 casters played their own little tournament, the next top 4 casters play their own little tournament, and so on and so on. Because, yeah, otherwise it would be very rough. Or maybe something like, maybe the first, say the first 4 casters, or like the lowest level 4 casters play, right? And they play like 4-player round robin, and the top 1, the first place of that advances into another 4-player group with the next set of casters. Or something like that, you know? And it just like slowly builds up so that there's a little bit of crossover in this. Because obviously it's very hard to just be like, you guys are the like, I don't know how to do that. Brody and Pig are the only GMs at this point. I mean, Demu's still very good if he plays. Indy is GM. And very good. I mean, you're thinking of English casters, but when you go in... The thing is, when we've had caster tournaments in the past, we've also had non-English casters. And so there's genuinely just, like, a few GMs, and then a few guys that are, like, mid-level masters, and then a few guys that are in Diamond. It's actually kind of funny. I feel like the casters are almost always either, like, GM-ish, kind of mid-masters, or, like, pretty decently set in Diamond. I feel like that's, like, the 3 levels of casters. Like, we don't really have any casters, like, sub-Diamond. You know what I mean? Yeah, it depends who you include. Cats is a good caster. Yeah, I mean, Cats would be very good as well. So you see how Twilight Gates continue to come up. A couple of probes coming in. Twilight and a couple more probes, and the Stalker coming about as well. Adept is just going to go back onto this battery and just pick away at that. Obviously, we start in Post Youth, so a map where you have this wall off and that ability to expand. MaxPax shows up already with the double Oracle, going to get in for 5 workers. Nice to be able to grab some damage here. It's not bad at all. 5 workers going down, a few stalkers in the sentry coming back across as well. Stalkers popping out, the next going to go in at the front, start up on the gold base. So I like that MaxPax just comfortable in this game, confident in this game. Well, he's a little bit, he's actually going to be ahead on Blink as well, actually, MaxPax. So really is looking kind of great across the board, to be honest. I like his position. US probes going down again, the stalkers continue to get their blinks, couple stalkers already pinging at the battery, damage being done. Stalkers in the sentry, pull back over. Blink on the way up on both sides. Next is about to finish on the side of MaxPax on that goal, but that's going to be exactly where Zoun tries to pressure, but remember that MaxPax already has the blink ahead of his opponent, so you got to be super careful here, Zoun. He gets an Oracle, which is a nice grab. Mistake from MaxPax, and Zoun capitalizes immediately. Hallucination back around the bottom, just going to be moving in towards the main base, trying to see what's going on. Anyone know if or when we can expect new maps? I would imagine we get new map news kind of based on when we get eSports World Cup news. If we get an eSports World Cup circuit, I'm pretty sure we'll get new maps pretty soon after the announcement of that. Right now, I think everyone that's involved in StarCraft is a bit more preoccupied in figuring out if there's a circuit or not next year, rather than updating the ladder maps. So that's a nice stasis. We're going to catch a bunch of units on that half blue, half gold base. MaxPax trying to push in at the front, but he doesn't really have the numbers to break through a super battery, so he'll just settle for the little bit of Oracle damage that he's been able to find. These stalkers continue to get set up. We're not going to be seeing the force field going down. This one attack and charge continue to come up as well, so we bring that through. Robobay on the way up. Stalker still on the way in. Stalkers hump into the main base. That's a brutal +1 loss for Zoun. Now he's going to be down on the upgrade. That was one of the advantages he'd actually created for himself. He was going to have a faster +1. Obviously now that's not the case. Stasis Ward coming out in that Oracle as well, just gonna get that through. And Stalker's gonna try and step up a little bit, gonna try and see what we can do as we get settled down. So we've seen the continued push in. MaxPax now up and upgrade, but he's actually down on army supplies, so I'm not sure if this is gonna work for him. Hits the Nexus once or twice there as well. That's not exactly gonna aid him in kind of winning the Stalker battle at all. Oracle flies back through, this time gets jumped on by his Stalkers immediately, so that will take some damage. The Oracle gets pushed away. Okay, let's continue online. Disruption and +1 attack coming up as well. We continue to bring that through. Obviously with Disruptors popping out as well, Zoun is going to have a little bit more tech on his side and might be able to play quite well defensively. MaxPax obviously already moving up to a 5th base though, and that's one of the things to note here is that MaxPax has been non-stop just setting up into the next stage of the game, kind of constantly. Just start a fight in, a couple of Stalkers get forced back, the Disruptors. Love to see what they could do here maybe. Gonzalez jumping on the gold base. Zoun has to protect that while also trying to deal with the main army at the front here as well. So trying to handle this as the Gonzalez Stalker comes through. It's going to be seen that pylon. It's taking a few shots of damage as well. +2 attack is also on its way up, so bringing that into play now. One more Zealots going through, +1 attack, and the Disruptor coming up. The Nexus and the Robo Facility continue online as well. Stalker's going to fire, just going to see another Disruptor shot. That's not going to clip the Stalkers just yet. Neither is that one as we blink away. Stalker's going to blink up. Nexus gets cancelled. We're going to see the Prism and 8 more Stalkers warping in here from MaxPax. Dark Shrine halfway done. A couple of gateways continuing out. Disruptor shot again. Just going to force those few Stalkers to step back for a couple of moments. Dark Shrine still on the way up. 8 Zealots coming through. The +3 attack upgrade coming by from MaxPax as well, so we get that on the way. The Zealots are going to step up. The few Zealots get chased away to the sides. On the top side, Stalkers have to blink away from the Disruptors. Definitely a good addition for Zoun. It's given him a way to kind of push MaxPax back. But he is, while he pushed MaxPax back, not really taking advantage in the game because of all the bases that MaxPax currently is owning in comparison to his opponent. It's definitely an issue as Zealots charge forward. That Disruptor shot could be dangerous. MaxPax has to blink back again to stop the Disruptor shot from connecting. The Disruptor shot, not gonna land. Stalker's still blinking over. Zealot's coming around the right side, ready for a little bit of a charge in. Blinking back again as Zealot DT. Gonna get down to business. Just gonna see the rest of those Zealots still charging up, and a couple more Disruptors continue to come about also. So the Zealots and DTs coming back over there. Pylon goes down. Next we'll take some shots. The Disruptors take a couple of hits as well. And +3 attack is coming up. The Dark Shrine and the Shadow Stride with the 4th base going down. Zoun is once again stuck on 3 bases and is just kind of getting overwhelmed here on post-youth as MaxPax looking very good. Remember, if MaxPax wins this series, pretty much already guaranteed that he will be advancing out of this group in 1st place. So, and then it would be kind of pretty much just down to Zoun and Spirit to fight for a 2nd place finish in that one as our units still sitting out on their sides. Stalkers pulling across, couple of Disruptors getting into position, having our Stalkers and force back again. Nice little blink away. Gonna see another Disruptor shot firing through. DT's putting some work in. We're just gonna be seeing our Zealot Stalker Disruptor going about as well. Another Disruptor shot is gonna fly. A lot of those probes are going down. Nexus will fall. Just going to see our Stalkers coming up this ramp, and now into the cannon to take some shots as well. Stalkers continue to move on forward. On to this Nexus. A lot of pros going down. I mean, I like that Zoun base trade because, let's face it, he was not really in for much of a chance if he didn't base trade right. If he just tried to play a very normal game here, that was not really going to go anywhere. Stalkers continue about. Just going to see another Disruptor shot coming through. Ropes moving around on the top side as well. Plenty of DTs around the right. I see another Disruptor. I'll try and come forwards here. Not quite going to be able to do too much though. Got Stalker Disruptor on a little bit of the move. The Disruptor up there. Not quite going to land just yet. Having ourselves a +2 attack and the Disruptor play still going by. MaxPax leading by about 60 supply at the moment. Back around the right, another disruptor shot fires. Well, Zealots and Stalkers continue through too, so all of that continuing about currently. Another disruptor shot coming in, a couple more Stalkers taking damage. GG is called. And that is going to be MaxPax taking game number 1 of the best of 3 PvP. MaxPax 15 minutes it took, but did get there. Looked pretty convincing throughout. Head into game 2 of this in just a couple of moments. Going to Ghost River. Alrighty guys, just in the lobby. Waiting for Zoun to join. For this game number 2. Alright, go, GLHF. Let me get this ready to rumble. Yes, I'm just gonna move something off the couch so they can lie down properly. 1 sec. Heading into game number 2. As we have in Ghost River. In the top left, I believe Protoss used up a game MaxPax. Top right, our red Protoss is Zoun. Is Spirit out already? You don't understand the group stage? Everybody plays everybody. And the people with the best scores advance. The scoring. I mean, Spirit lost, so his first match against MaxPax, so he's 0-1 in match score, 0-2 in maps. So he's -2 in map score difference. MaxPax is 1-0 in matches, currently 3-0 in maps because he's a mapper against Zoun, so he's got +3 map difference. Wayne is not here though, so this is probably going to become a three-player group. So if MaxPax wins this, the TLDR, to super simplified, is that if MaxPax wins this, he'll be first place, and then Zoun and Spirit play for second, because they pretty much just all assume a 2-0 scoreline over. Because the top 2 map wins. No, it's based on match score. Top 2 based on matches. And we use map score as a tiebreaker if the match scores are tied. So everyone plays everyone. So say if you play 3 matches. If you're 3-0, you're first place. If you're 2-1, and someone else is 2-1, then you're probably going to be first and second, but to determine who is where, then the map score difference comes out. So, if you went, like, for example, 5-2, and the other guy went, like, let's say, like, 4-5 or something, then the 5-2 player would, which is possible, right? So yeah, something like that. Yeah. It's really not that complicated, no. I'm struggling to explain it because I don't think it's that complicated either, but clearly it's something's been lost in translation somewhere. Yeah, Wayne didn't show up. He's been disqualified. I mean, he's over an hour late right now. This is not even like a, oh crap, I thought it was 1 hour. I thought it was 1 hour later than this. So he's just been DQ'd. I'm not having him show up an hour late and then just play his games. The other players have already kind of switched their match orders around and stuff for this now and so on, so we already had a 20-minute downtime at the start of the day because of it. And like I say, this is the second time in a row it's happened as well, so no leniency from the tournament organizer. God, such a harsh tournament organizer. We have our Adept here going to swing away. A couple of Stalkers taking some damage as well. Just going to be seeing the Oracle coming back over, whacking onto that Adept a little bit. A little bit more damage being done. Oracle shows up. Just going to grab the Adept right there. Stalker going to continue through and pick off that other Stalker, so that will go down. Stalker will be killed. Voidray coming up on the side of MaxPax. The Warp Gate's still coming through also. As the Voidray going to activate, going to go after the Oracle. A couple of probes begin to go down. And Phoenix coming about, a couple of probes on the way up. Twilight Council coming in as well. Just having ourselves the Nexus going down on the side of the Zoun. Just going to put that into place. Again, that Blink coming up. Probe on the Nexus on the way through. Going to be seeing the Oracle continue to dive in. So again, a couple of probes will get dropped. Just going to be seeing the Voidray and the Phoenix going across. Also, Oracle gets chased around. Phoenix is going to whack. Oracle taking some shots. It's actually going to go down. So Zoun loses his Oracle and MaxPax. Well, he is going to be on a later Twilight Council and Blink, but it's going to go into the Dark Shrine instead. If his opponent's kind of lost the Oracle and is trying to go in towards just Blink himself, he may skip the Robo for a while, and if you do not have that Observer available, that could be scary. This is scary. Voidray's going to be able to activate that first Stalker will go down quickly. Now we're going to target fire down the Voidray. Voidray does pretty well. I mean, arguably could have been better. Nice pull away from Zoun on the mineral line. He does not let that go for too much damage, which is great to see. Could have been a little bit of a problem for sure. Just continues across. And have ourselves again. The Blink is about to finish up from Zoun, so he will have that advantage to him, but he is about to die to DTs if he doesn't start. I mean, he could obviously start an Oracle. If the DTs split, the Oracle's never going to have enough energy to Revelate enough times if the DTs kind of stay away from kind of getting multi-Revelated, so definitely a question mark on that one, as our few Stalkers gather up. A couple more Stalkers coming about. 2 DTs are still warping in. MaxPax has them proxied as well, and he is going to already split them as well, so there's not a chance of Oracle doing its job. The Stargate's bottom left as well, right? So I guess the Stargate will not get the Oracle into play immediately either, and that first DT walks into the main base. Are we going to instant GG Zoun as the first swipe goes off? How quickly we're going to leave this game? Not going to instant GG. He's going to try and make something happen over here, and then he's going to GG. Okay, MaxPax 2-0, and he will advance first place of this group. And yeah, with no win inside 100%, just going to say that that's a free win, because otherwise MaxPax is hanging around for no reason. All right. Gonna go into Spirit versus Zoun and kick that off, get that underway. And we're gonna have one last match today, guys. Yeah, this is really gonna end up just being a super short stream. Yeah. Right, we'll take a quick break then, I guess. We'll come back and it's going to be Spirit Zoun when we return. I'll see you guys in a moment. Alright, guys. Amphion, Golden, Aura, and Crimson Cord vetoed already. This series will be back on track very soon. As you got our final match of the day going. A couple of videos then, and get this on the way. It's gonna be our last best of 3 today, guys. Cryomancer, sorry. Thank you for the kind words in chat as well. I read them. So this will be our last match today. I'm probably gonna stream some non-StarCraft after, maybe some RuneScape or something. And just chill for a little bit. Get a couple extra hours on the stream or something. But yeah, that's gonna be our last match of StarCraft 2, unfortunately, guys. Alright, guys, yeah, we're just a few moments. Spirit came in, vetoed one map, and then has stopped vetoing, so hopefully get that figured out, and like I say, get back on track nice and quickly here. Be cool. Alright, videos continue. Golden Aura, Crimson Core, Dynasty, Ghost River, one more veto, post-youth, and we're going to be into this best of 3, guys. Spirit and Zoun, straight up a battle. Whoever wins this goes into the playoffs. Plain and simple. It ain't complicated. Yeah, we'll get that started up and figure out who's going to take second place in this group. Wayne didn't show up. Nope. Didn't show up. No message. Just not here, unfortunately. That's okay. Just be one of those slightly shorter days. We've done a lot of casting lately. I'm actually very ready for my next couple of days kind of away from casting. Just take a little bit of a break. Like I say, we've been live the last 17 days straight. We've had some pretty decent streams as well. We've had some good games, some good matches. It's been a lot of fun. So, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Excited for a couple of days off. When we return on Saturday, it's the Home Story Cup qualifier. And then on Sunday, it's the WardiTV 3v3 event. And then next week, we'll have WardiTV Mondays on the Monday. WardiTV October, Tuesday and Wednesday. And then I'm not sure what's happening on the Thursday because I have to go and I have like a little appointment or something. But then I'm actually away that weekend at a Pokemon tournament in France. So I'm going to be gone for a couple of days. Come back and then I'll be here for basically WardiTV Mondays, October and stuff. And maybe something a little bit through the day then on the Thursday. But then I'm away for Epicland for the weekend and we come back. So next couple of weeks is going to be a little bit more chill, like 4 days a week instead of the constant everyday action. But obviously we come back and we'll get back on the grind and we'll start getting some November tournaments ironed out as well. So yeah, that's what's going on. That's what's happening, guys. Appreciate you all being here. Like I said, it's been a crazy last couple of weeks. We're going to probably be a bit more chill the next couple of weeks. Like I said, just a couple of days where we are going to be away. But that doesn't mean we're not doing as much StarCraft 2 as possible. In the bottom right hand corner in the start of this best of 3, it's going to be our Red Pros player Zoun. Spirit in the top left. Both lose out to MaxPax, and so here we are, a fight for second place in the group and seeing who will advance on through as we get this up, running, ready to go. Genuinely kind of curious how Spirit Zoun looks. Zoun's been looking pretty decent. I mean, definitely not looking like a walkover. Spirit is good, but is not the best. I mean, yeah. I mean, this is the kind of match I actually think could be pretty even. Because, like I say, it'll be a good match to see where Zoun is at in terms of, you know, where's he at during his return right now. Because I think it's going to tell us a lot of information on how things are going to go. The SCV chasing around a probe. Probe taking a couple of nibbles at the moment. SCV's continuing across. Command center coming down. Nexus building, Cybercore building. Again, probe nibbling up there for a couple of moments, and we have our factory on the way up from Spirit as well, so bring that factory up into play. Command center continues to build on through. The refinery is now on the way also. And a warp gate will start up from Zoun also here, so just going to get that warp gate up and running. As we do have our probie heading down to the bottom side of the map. Gonna see our reactor coming up again, the starport coming through, the Nexus on the way in, Twilight Council continues to build up as well, so we get all of that going by for the moment. The Adept continues toward the upper left hand side also, so just gonna get that up into the main base. And obviously we'll actually come through for a really good scout. Sees the starport, sees the factory does not have an add-on onto it. We'll probably see the Hellion spawn here as well. So you get amazing information off of this Adept right away. So that's a fantastic start. As our couple of Marines are gonna come through, the Adept is gonna go down. The blink is coming up, the warp gate coming online, the probe and the stalker continue through as well. Hellion makes its way toward the bottom right corner as well. It's just going to be moving across over that. Hellion comes moving again, blink on the way up. Let's just see Spirit heading into his own, medevac now to try and come across the map and harass, potentially. Some opportunities on that one. We're being brought in from Zoun. Again, a couple of probes and the stalker continue to come about. The blink is on the way up. Medevac continues all the way down to the south. Again, a cyclone, a few Marines going to be inside that. I'm looking for a chance to come dropping into the main base in the next couple of moments. Medevac chilling, observing the couple of probes coming out as well. Another robo bay coming up and online. The bunker is about to complete. The tech lab and the siege tank and the marine all on the way out also. Sound just going 2 base Colossus is obviously a very safe way to play this, so he's definitely heading in towards like the safety kind of side of things right now. Still coming online. Again, our Nexus, Robo Bay coming through. A couple of pylons going to be involved in that. As we have ourselves the extra refineries also producing. Engineering Bay is still about to finish up. The barracks is halfway done. The stalkers continue to move out toward the upper left. So I'm going to put some pressure on right now. As I'm going to find the observer though, and that gets rid of high ground vision. That will remove a lot of what these stalkers could potentially do. No threat of blinking up into the main base if that observer is down. Comes in, cyclone a few Marines, going to force the rest of the stalkers to recall. I don't hate the idea. Full cleanup here, guaranteed pretty much, and then We actually ended up losing 9 probes because of an attack in the natural. At the same time, the Liberator was slow to be responded to. 3-4 kills from that. The Marines actually able to target fire in the main base, so this is actually a very good setup on the side of Zoun. On the side of Spirit, able to get a lot of damage onto Zoun here right away. So step forward, Marines are going to move back a little bit. Now the next continue build up. We do have excellent thermal lance on the way as well, so we bring all of that through for the moment. It's going to be Spirit now coming across the map. 9 probes killed early is obviously going to make this attack come with a little bit of threat attached to it. This +1 combat shield and concussive shells can all continue in. Marine Marauder Medevac is on the way through. A couple of barracks accompanying that as well. The gateways are going to drop into play. The Liberator going to siege up, pushing those probes out as well. Medevac's going to drop through. A few of those probes are going to take damage. Probes going down once more. Just another Liberator in the back, going to get a bunch of kills. And this is painful for Zoun, just taking an absolute beating here so far in this matchup. Has not been pretty for him so far. Not at all. I see the last few units here are going to actually step forward and then run back again. Away they go. Come up, Zald's going to charge in on that other side. We are actually going to get the cleanups. The Spirit's Army does get cleaned out. So everything's going to siege up a couple of moments. We have ourselves a couple of Vikings on the way out. The command center still building through as well. Our Robo Facility and Forges are also on the way right now, so we continue to bring that out. We have our Medevacs try and drop into the main base, but unable to get there right now. I think the Zoun split in defense is looking good now. I mean, he's looking way better now than he was before. Previously, this was obviously looking pretty rough for him, as the bio is going to jump onto the Nexus there. Just take that out. Water Mines going to get jumped on. That Disruptor coming through. The Water Mine shot on a probe. Couple Medevacs escape out up that right side, and then going to turn it back around. Attack, the Nexus all continue to come through. The couple of pylons continue out as well, so we get all of that going for the moment here. Still seeing the Zealot Stalker. Colossus moving forward a little bit as well. Go back and forth. Another Water Mine goes off. It's going to be Zoun that is actually pressing across the map here. A couple of disruptors finishing for him in a few moments. Continues about. Still some Vikings overhead. The step forward here is going to go grab a Zealot, and that Zealot will indeed go down, so that Zealot gets picked off. Vikings actually going to try and chase the Colossus down for free. Now Spirit's going to get past this army, so now Zoun's going to have to attack into Spirit to protect his 4th base. Coming down a ramp as well. Super Battery obviously has to pop super early. The Vikings are going to get there quickly too. The Colossus is not going to fire a shot before going down. Great fight for Spirit so far. Can he keep on pushing though? Apparently not. He's scared of the Disruptors. Understandably so. Disruptors can be a very scary unit. As I just have Zelt stepping forward. The Stalker's going to be there. A couple shots going out. Vikings going to try and land in the natural. More shots coming about. We do still have the bio on the left-hand side. Zoun's going to get back across. For all the damage that Zoun's taken, he's still maxed out and ready to go and play again. We've seen the bio jumping onto this Nexus. This is going to be a bit of a base trade as Spirit has already lifted up his base. Already splitting the units across to the next base as well. Wants to do as much damage as quickly as possible because you know that Protoss recall is often not far away. That's only a recall of a handful of Zealots. I'm not sure that's going to really do much at all. I think those Zealots are going to be... Okay, the Disruptors are back here too, so maybe there is some hope. Couple shots coming through. Disruptor still trying to come by. Bio taking a lot of hits, honestly. Oh my goodness, the Bio taking a lot of Disruptor shots. Spirit comes out of this, though. I mean, this base building from down right here, Spirit already has still 3 bases alive right now, though. Gathering on this high ground, going to see Zoun starting to move forwards. That's the libs up. And maybe gives Zoun the chance to, yeah, just dive on this left side base. We just saw the same thing happen on the other side of the map, where now Spirit has to attack into Zoun. That's not fun because of the Disruptors. So Spirit will lose that planetary. He has reset the 3rd base location, though. We have a couple units coming across. As we have 20 SCVs having died there. Zoun's overall supply, though, his army especially, is not in a good place, and he's losing so much now with all the Disruptors being killed off. Bayon's going to unload. Just going to see Stalker's going to get wrapped on both sides, and they're going to drop as well. A lot more damage coming in here. And a couple of Disruptors plus 2 attack continue to come about for the moment. Just a shot firing through. He's showing up now as well as Zoun trying to stay alive here wherever he can, looking to make the best of this as possible. He just doesn't have the units to hold off against the main army. Spirit is going to dive forward, so he has to step back from the Disruptors. There's not many Disruptors left, though, as he's been killing those throughout as well. And that's going to be GG's as Spirit takes game 1 of this best of 3. Spirit nabs himself the advantage here in this series. Again, winner of this series is just straight up 2nd place in the group. Wayne's games are all going to go down to 0-2s today, so none of those will happen. As this basically means this is potentially our last game of the group. Coming up right now as we head into Site Delta for the 2nd game. Let me get this ready to go. Alright, so just double check our 2nd map will be Site Delta. I'll host this up, as it looks like Zoun's in the replay for a moment. And get Zoun in here. We're going to kick off in game number 2 of this as we get this ready to go. So, Spirit's ready. Waiting for Zoun to say if he's ready. He says go as well. Perfect. Let's count into map number 2 of this best of 3. Number 3 today. Making our way through these matches. Alrighty. Let's go. As we have in the bottom right-hand side, the Blue Pros player who's going to be down a game. This is going to be Zoun. Taking on the Red Terran in the top left corner of the map, we have Spirit. Probe heads up to the top left-hand side. Gonna go and look to see what it can get up to for a couple of moments. We get settled down. SCV chasing, probe taking some damage. I'm just going to be seeing our Cybercore coming up. The Marine and the Orbital continue to come about. Cybercore continuing through as well. Marine comes out. It's going to push the probe away once more. Again, next to the Cybercore building. Spirit leading this series 1-0. A map away from second place and some playoff action for him. That'll be in a couple of weeks' time, the playoffs, round of 8. 2 weeks yesterday, round of 4, and finals 2 weeks today. Next week we have Group C and D. Basically, Tuesdays and Wednesdays we're going to have this event for you guys for the next 3 weeks, or next couple of weeks from now. This was week number 1 already. I like it though. It's been fun. Have something a little, just little kind of 4-player groups instead of 5 players. I mean, obviously today's turned into a bit of a disaster, but the idea of not having to make everything like an epic, 20-player tournament and stuff. Yeah. Wayne didn't show up. Wayne showed up about 3 minutes ago. He didn't even message me. He apparently messaged the Russian stream. Russian caster or something, but yeah, it's too late. I mean, MaxPax is already logged out, MaxPax has already played his other games and logged out, so yeah, it's just walkovers all around. That moves up. Marines and the Riddle Mine moving down. A couple more Marines in production. And Center is going to drop into place again. Our Phoenix and our Warp Gate continuing through. A couple of probes are still producing. The Adept continues out as well. So the Phoenix continue to produce, so we get that all going. Marines in the Widowmine are going to step out onto the map as well, so they're going to come moving across. As we just have a Cyclone also coming over. So Cyclone, a few more Marines, a couple of SCVs, all of this in production right now. Marines on the cycle. I'm going to start hitting. That's going to be a gateway already, taking some damage. More bio shots continue to come through. having a few more shots. Obviously, nice little starting pressure here, but this is scary because the Adept Shade, the Phoenix obviously have lift potential. They can take the Cyclone out of the equation immediately. No target firing currently on the Phoenix as the first Cyclone goes down. That said, there's only 2 Adepts left, so the damage output is dropping. And that effect goes down as well. Spirit's going to leave with some of these units still alive. Wow, this was a very weird situation. More Phoenix coming out. Just going to go and grab the Cyclone there. It's going to take that out as well. A couple Marines are going to continue to put some work into play. A couple Phoenix going to back it up. Extra gates, charge coming through. Lib's still going to just sit down in the corner for a couple of moments then. A while longer. Hanging around. Ourselves the Phoenix is playing cleanup as a couple of probes go down, but again, obviously having to definitely come around and make sure we do focus on a little bit of that. More shots coming around. Phoenix going to be setting up. Stimpack, Combat Shield, and +1 continue to come in as well. So we get all of that on the way currently. I got Stimpack, Combat Shield, and +1 continue to come about as well. So just all of that coming on into play. It's going to get rid of a few more SCVs. A couple Cyclones are going to get there. The Phoenix taking damage. Just getting pushed out. Stimpack, Combat, and +1 still all building through as well. Just gather back up, and again, +1 armor, concussive shells. All on the way by. Spirit coming back into the center of the map too. So just going to pull back in this direction. Island dropping down. Robo facility coming up. We continue to get this going. Oh, what a nice shot. It's going to hit on the Phoenix. The rest of the Marines going to step up as well. But the wouldn't mind going off. I mean, you're knocking down Phoenix here, which is obviously a big win for you. As Spirit taking that Phoenix count down is only going to be beneficial, so that does go a long way, as now Zealot Archon is going to start moving out as well with everything else. But mine's going to strike again. That's another dead Phoenix because it was already hurting from before. I mean, massive army here from Zoun, but no Phoenix support realistically at this stage. Spirit is a little ways off from seeing the ghosts, but Zoun has not dove immediately into this, so perhaps we actually get this fight without Ghosts. Ghosts are going to be spawning soon. Another Widow Mine is going to go off. That's a nice Widow Mine as well. Splashes on a bunch of the Zealots. And another one retargeting a few times. Still going to get a decent chunk of Zealot splash damage. Couple Force Fields go down. That's not going to delay too much. We have a bunker here that we're going to waste some time on a Zoun. And he gets a little bit stuck attacking into that as Spirit tries to chase forward, grabbing what he can in the process. Ghost now available. Big EMP. And the rest of the units are freed from those Force Fields on that ramp. And now it looks as though Zoun's army is just going to melt. He did nothing with this attack. I don't think he obviously killed a couple units here and there, but he really didn't achieve anything. You know, he didn't progress his position in this game at all. Artifacts continue to move back over. +1 attack, Blink, Mortal and Zealot still coming through. The Robo Bay is about to finish as well. Still got ourselves the Nexus and the Pylon building up too. Artifacts are going to drop into the main base. I'm going to find a Pylon as we go, so just going to knock that down. Gonna turn around onto this Robo Bay. That's also gonna fall pretty quickly here, so that's also gonna be a nice grab for the moment. As again, the Phoenix is gonna be pushing onto those Medivacks. It's gonna be seeing the Archons are still stepping up. The Widowmine trying to go for the Archon there, not quite able to. The rest of the units still gathering, and we will see the Zealots still trying to charge forward as well. This is looking rough, as obviously now Spirit just jumps into the main base, continues to just rotate positions. Blink is stopped from building right now. And Spirit going to be knocking down another pylon. Blink is depowered again. As, yeah, the Disruptors are trying to chase these few units around. Not doing much. With no Blink, you can't blink onto the low HP Medivac with units inside, so that's a shame. I think it's fair to say that this is going to be looking kind of like Spirit's game so far. I mean, let's not call it done until it's done, but I just feel like Spirit has the advantage here at the moment for this game number 2, and hence the series. And move us fourth into position after all this, which I don't mind that he's weighed on either, because obviously it's been pretty active from Zoun. He's been pretty aggressive. Fire Ghost coming through again, Blink and +2 coming up as well. We continue to bring that into play at the moment. And all of that underways. Step back up, I'm going to fire Disruptor Shot, going to land just on a Widowmine for the moment. Fire still settling in the center of the map. I'm gonna step up. Just gonna see the rocks taking some damage as well. Medivac's loading up. Gonna move back over to that left-hand side. We've seen that. I'm going to fire a few more shots off. More hits coming through. Just having ourselves this army of Spirit again. A little bit stuck in the corner. Has to lift up and get out of there. And that's going to be him giving away some units. And that's exactly how you can step back into these games. 100%. Disruptors continue to gather in. Just going to be seeing the army of Zoun all the way up to that top side. Well, Spirit coming in again, eating another Disruptor Shot. All the things he did right in this game, getting a little bit overly aggressive right now, might be just something that costs him big time. Zoun swings back across Wisdom Zealot Archon. Back into the middle he goes. Rest of the Zealot Stalker all gathering up. Just going to be seeing a cannon coming through, going to grab a Marine. These Zealots coming about, little EMP or 2 going down. Bio continue to fight as well. More Zealots continue to take damage. Just for the moment. We've seen a couple of Liberators going to set up the Disruptor Shot up that ramp. Man, Zoun's just absolutely smashed him here. Horrible fights from Spirit. I mean, not really much else to add to this. He just took a bunch of aggressive fights that were completely unnecessary. It's going to send us to a game 3. I mean, this game was all about Spirit for the first 10 minutes, and then he just, yeah, took very bad engage. Not really much else to say to it, right? Ate some Disruptor Shots, kind of dove in unnecessarily aggressively with his units rather than maybe just kind of taking larger fights. And yeah, Zoun takes the opportunity Spirit gives him, which is a chance to maybe win. As for a moment there, Zoun's supply started dropping very quickly, but I just don't believe that Spirit's ever going to have enough to truly fight back through this. A couple of Archons are going to take a long time to kill. The Disruptor does get denied there. The Archons do die. Wow, Spirit is kind of going to push it back a little bit. Lost 34 SCVs during this. Is still only 8 workers down. As he chases, he will get a couple more tech units as well. He's going to get the Immortal, he's going to get the Disruptor, and Spirit will live. So this game goes on. A 4th CC can re-land. That's the issue. is that even though the worker counts are close, Zoun has so many more base locations currently than what Spirit does. So that's definitely the issue at the moment. Yeah, a bit of a messy game number 2 right now. We'll just give up a few zealots fighting into that bio without the support of everything else. I mean, more STVs going down, so we are gaining benefits during this at the very least. Disruptor shot, that one's gonna miss. Spirit. I mean, it's interesting because if the disruptors don't hit, then in theory the army of Zoun is not very good. It's Zealot Stalker. Equal upgrades. Orbital here will absorb some damage as we actually are going to dive into the disruptors. We're going to get 2 out of 3. The third one connects. And we lose the orbital, but the planetary lives. 3 more disruptors showing up. And again, it's just, even when you get rid of some disruptors, the others arrive. That'll be a big part of the problem here as we turn back around. 2 more disruptor shots. That's going to be all disruptors on cooldown, though. If there's ever a time to potentially fight, I guess this would be it. I mean, it still doesn't feel like Spirit has all that much. Would have to stim again here on the left-hand side. Is not done so yet. He's busy typing GG. That's why. And we are going to go to game 3. So going to go the full distance as Spirit is unable to capitalize during that. Going to go into our third game here in a couple of moments, which is going to be on Alcyone. So Alcyone to wrap things up today. Last map of our last match. Hey, at least we got a game 3. This could have been a set of 2 zeros. At least we get a game 3. At some point. Yo, more smile. Thank you so much. I was gonna say Moore's Mill. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs going out to Wonder Walrus, Tatsujin 1, Dotkid26, K.Rung, and Danielazo 1987. Thank you so much for the generosity of 5 gifted subs. Thanks for all your effort. No, thank you so much for supporting. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for pushing the sub count up, guys. That's been honestly, yeah, pretty good progress. And I've been saying it a lot, but good progress in the subs lately. It's amazing to see them. Honestly, above 500 was kind of incredible. Now we're sitting at 861. Very cool. This last couple of weeks on stream has been great. Thank you so much for the support. As we do have Alcyone coming up. We can get this underway. Ready to roll. As soon as the loading screen's done, we'll take you guys in game. Bottom left-hand side will be the pros to bring it back in the series and tie us up. It is Zoun, and in the top right, our Blue Terran Spirit, as we get going into game 1 of this best of 3. Game 3 of this best of 3. Helps if I set the scoreboard before I speak out loud sometimes. Next is coming through, the probe and the pylon coming about. Probe to the corner is just going to drop down a gateway as well, so we're going to get that settled in. The barracks coming through from Spirit also, and the gateway continues up for the moment. Get that up and running. Probe steps up. Okay, going to be Watchtower going to be taken momentarily. Obviously, Probe's getting across the map to scout. No scouting currently from Spirit. Going to play this blind as he gets himself into the first few moments. As the CV is going to pull in, just going to be seeing the probe nibbling, taking some shots. Yeah, next on the cyber core coming up, command center on the way. So need to get this going too. up currently bursting out. Just going to see that warp gate continue to come on by. We have ourselves the probe continuing across the map as well. So again, just getting a little bit of all of that on the go here. The Nexus will be finishing fairly soon. The Stalker pops, and we do have the Twilight Council coming down. Zoun definitely showing us what you would like to get into for the moment. Stalker takes to the center, just going to pass by that watchtower. Command center coming up, Twilight Council on the way in. Couple of probes, the Adept, the Warp Gate coming in online as well. All of that coming up currently. So we're just going to whack, and again, the Widowmine will take a couple more shots. Still got the few, well, the Blink and the Warp Gate continue to come online as well. Bringing that up as the SCV steps back also. We're just going to take the watchtower. It's going to be, sorry, the Adept going to take the watchtower, then in the center, just going to hold that for a little bit here. Continue to get set up. Cyclone, a couple of Marines, the medevac as well, continue to come in. Again, that Cyclone coming up, the Liberator coming through, a couple of Marines still producing. Marines is going to go hitting the Cybercore, the Cyclone there as well. Medevac going to lift a few of those up and take those across. Stoker's going to continue over, as you have the Medevac going down, but we're getting them, the unit going down. The jump in the main base with the Widowmine to help Zoun is amazing. And now 5 probes already going down. Spirit's going to find a little bit more. We blink in. Those probes just going to be careful with how they get back to the mineral line, because don't forget that that Widowmine is still there. Stalker sees it though, and that is going to be a blink back and a clean up. 7 probes going down. Not bad at all for early damage done by Spirit. Definitely not bad at all. As the Nexus continues up, the Raven is on the way from Spirit. More Marines in the siege tank coming through as well. Now have ourselves Charge and the Observer coming online. The Nexus coming through. A couple of probes and the Pylons coming up. Empire's going to drop itself into the natural. After a few of those probes, forcing them to move away immediately. The few Stalk's going to blink forward. Liberator going to take some damage. And the extra racks coming up. The command center coming in. +1 attack is beginning as well from Spirit. Remember, this game 3 decides who will advance into the playoffs. The loser is out. The winner moves on. The playoff stage of this event, best of 5 round of 8. 4 weeks from now. Moving around the bottom side, just going to be having ourselves the look to get into the bottom. Just going to say a couple of Stalkers will fire. Everyone will take a few more shots. Motor turret drops down. A couple of probes are going to get shot at. A couple more Stalkers warping in. Stimpack combat shield and +1 continue to produce as well. Just going to have ourselves a lib. Force coming back up as well. A little grab. Stimpack combat shield +1 attack continuing to produce on in for the moment. So again, we continue to get that on the go. TC just moves over again. The server moving around a little bit as well. Just trying to figure out what we do and where we go about it all. The Rogue Bay continues. The Zealots build. This one attack on the Forge. Full Widow Mines in the barracks. All producing through from Spirit also. Also gets placed. Biotank, Widow Mines. Going forward toward the third base. Because of shells on the way up as well. The orbital command. The commands are continue to come about. And the disrupt and the +1 coming through too. Prison comes back over again. The disrupt and the +1 coming through. Here, Dragon. Thank you so much for the 105-month resub. Roddy has a full-on deadlock addiction. He does. He's really enjoying it. He's been playing that game a lot. You're not wrong. Thank you for the 105, Ravi. And so we have our Templar Archives, a robot facility coming up from Zoun. Similar story all games. Spirit gets in, does some decent early damage. Zoun honestly kind of recovers a little bit initially. And then mid games is where, this sort of point is where the stories really unfold. This guy comes up, Medevac's gonna load. Move over. Commands are going to go to the 12 o'clock. The medevac's actually going to unload here and just play cleanup, stop the scout. So being seen, he's going to delay Spirit from coming across the map. The disruptors, +2 attack and +1 armor coming about as well. It's going to get there. That rock's going to fall. It's going to be seeing the +1 ship weapons, +2 attack. Continue to come by at the moment as well. Just going to be having the bio still setting up. Zealot Stalker going to come forward towards the rocks, clearing up over here. Stalker set up, bio step forward. Just going to be seeing a super battery going to go down. Disruptor shots going to be just shy of the mark. Widow Mine's already starting to go off on some of those zealots and softening up the front lines. Most notably, though, we are maxed out. And we are maxed out and ready to play this next stage of the game. Both sides. Some big fights coming up. I was just going to step in. A little EMP goes down. And one Marauder getting grabbed. Units on the right side coming about as well. Another disruptor shot going to miss its mark. Spirit on the right side getting swarmed a little bit. He's going to lift up and get away in the end. Doubles targets and fleet beacons down, ready to tech up into the later stage of the game. Up, disruptor shot fires. Stalker still gathering together, disruptors as well, moving around a little bit here. Couple of moments, just having ourselves. The bio still taking or making some moves. That Stalker Disruptor coming through. Observer still overhead again. That Storm continuing to come by for the moment as well. Get that set up. We got ourselves again the carry on the way, Storm coming through. I mean, Spirit is oftentimes hard to play these later games. Zoun actually attacks in here. The Spirit gets kind of a flank on the Disruptors, going to be able to knock a few of those low, and then most of them are going to die. A few Marines on the other side. Nuke was launched in the sky as well. The nuke's going to land, but Zoun is going to be able to respond and pull the probes away at the very least. Spirit forces this army back too. Chaotic couple of moments. Very chaotic couple of moments, to be honest, all around. Sends it up, gonna kill a bunch of probes here. 11 workers going down. Zoun not exactly on the most comfortable economy, but hey, at least he's got big tech units coming into play. That Stalker still moving forward. I see them libs gonna be getting sieged there. It's gonna be the carry to play clean up on them at least. As we move over, a couple of intercepts gonna fire through immediately. Bio of Spirit gonna continue to move over. Shots coming through, Stalker coming about, 20 probes going down. Obviously, this is going to become a bit of a base trade again. Steps up to the high ground, a couple of pylons of the cannons will take some damage. The clan gets knocked down already. Bio will continue to fire. Next is dropping 2. Disruptor shots, not really landing for much right there. Now those Disruptors in trouble, so they're going to go down. Spirit losing his base on that right side, going to start working towards the extra bases of Zoun. Is he going to? He's actually going to turn towards the natural. Can't hate him jumping in on the natural right. Production structures here and potential to move up into the main base is a huge opportunity. I think I like that a lot more than him actually going towards the upper bases. I think trying to hit at the heart is going to be great. DTs though from Zoun are going to be annoying to deal with as well. SCVs will play the repair game here, but it's not going to be good enough. Now going to run those away. Natural of Zoun has fallen. The main base will be next. A nuke landing onto that other base. Obviously a chaotic situation, very possible that Zoun loses track of it all. As that bio fires, there is that nuke. Yep, I don't think Zoun's keeping track of that. Like I say, too much going on in too many places. Kaboom. To get rid of a whole bunch of the probes. The bio coming back down this ram. Zoun just doesn't have the army supply that Spirit does. He's 77 against 145. We're almost double the army supply as Spirit, and that just means he's not going to lose a fight. The army right now is a Disruptor, 9 DTs, a Carrier, and some Stalkers. That obviously just ain't good enough. A new carrier on the way out, although we might be able to stop that before it spawns. Even if it does spawn into trouble. Continues to fight. Next is going down. Pylon and all the rest continue to drop as well, so all of that will fall. At this point, I don't know what Zoun does. You can't really come home and defend. You can't really attack forwards for more damage. There's not really a great scenario right now. And that goes down. Libra is taking some damage as well. A few more shots coming about. Diving up, those Archons going to get picked off pretty much immediately. The few interceptors still moving through. Another Archon will get dropped. Stalk's taking a lot of damage as well. This is going to be an army of Spirit cleaned up, but obviously he's got the army on the upper left that is still looking untouchable. Spirit is looking to walk his way through into the round of 8 of this event. Zoun is really hanging on by scraps and threads. Fire's going to fight. He's going to be seen on Nexus and going down. Another base lost from Zoun. Again, those few units trying to move across to the side. Spirit's just building Marines, so he's actually got unit production going as well. Zoun has not rebuilt his base, guys, as now the army of Spirit is going to come and try and play chase down on that. There's going to be a disruptor that will line up to make something happen as Zoun will land for the 3 ghosts in the Marauder, but that might be the last cool thing he's able to do in this game, as the extra Marines are showing up as well from the north side, and Zoun will admit defeat as he gets overwhelmed and pushed back. GG's. Spirit takes it 2-1. Spirit with the victory today. That was very good. A little bit of a shaky one because he made it difficult on himself more than anything, honestly. GG's. Alright guys, that's actually going to be it for us today. Like I say, we had a player that did not show up, so that was a set of walkovers that ended up coming through. So, yeah, that's going to be it for us today. Anything I want to add? Not really. I think, yeah, just sorry, obviously we missed some matches. Like I say, I was not in the mood to kind of run around, find a replacement and all that kind of stuff, so deciding to call it a little bit early. Yeah, that's going to be it. So obviously MaxPax first place in the group, Spirit in second. They both advanced to playoffs, and they'll be there joining Showtime and Rogue from yesterday. Next week we have Shin, Oliveira, Kieran, Hero in Group C, and then Solar, Clem, Trap, and +1 to be decided still in Group D. So make sure you tune back in for that. I'm going to be off the next couple days, guys. Finally taking a couple days out, so I'm going to be not here Thursday, Friday. Saturday, though, we're back with Home Story Cup qualifiers. And then on Sunday, the WardiTV 3v3 event. Monday, WardiTV Mondays. Tuesday, WardiTV October Group C. Then Group D on the Wednesday. And then Thursday next week, we'll have another little something going on before I'm away for the weekend. So we do have a couple days off, 5 days back at it. That's going to be what's going on. Thank you for all the love today, guys. I appreciate you being here, even if it's just been a short one. Thank you so much. I will see you guys on Saturday for more StarCraft 2. You guys have a great rest of your day. I run a set of ads. I'll send you guys over to someone else. You guys have a great one, and thank you for watching. Bye.